Hey, good morning, team. It's Tuesday, November 12th. I'm Amy Corr, and I'm here with Kevin Van Eck.
That's me.
And we are getting closer to that time of year. We are moving into the holidays, and one of my most favorite holidays, Thanksgiving. So because we are just a few weeks away from that, we want to talk about how you can navigate and get in front of your sphere and make a great impact. So this is really focusing on getting into the season of gratitude.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
My favorite. So grab your coffee and let's jump into the next episode of Coffee with Amy and Kevin.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning.
I know you're excited to talk about your favorite holiday.
Yes.
We don't need to talk at length about why gratitude is important. I think we all understand. But the one thing I do want to say is that gratitude is attractive, meaning people are attracted to thankful people, meaning it's an attractive quality to have. So how do you show gratitude authentically during this time?
I love it. Gratitude is an attitude.
That's right. Putting
That's
that
what
on
I
a
say.
sign.
So we do want to talk about what you can be doing right now to take advantage of this time of year, right? Because we are a relationship-driven business. This is about building and deepening the connection that you have with the people in your sphere. And we do a lot of things throughout the year, right? Real estate reviews, talking about our value, helping people figure out, how to maintain their largest asset, how to move, how to buy, all of these things. But this time of year, it allows us, I think, to create a more personal connection. And the first thing that I think about being able to do is something as simple as writing note cards to the people in your database. Or even better, what I know agents have done in the past is they've actually written a letter of thanks. And it's one letter that they write, but they basically say, this is to all of my clients. And it's really a heartfelt thank you about supporting your business, and that their support is what really has helped you move the needle. And people really respond well to that, and they like being appreciated, and even sometimes recognizing or suddenly knowing that the little things that they do, whether it's even thumbsing up your social media post,
Right,
or going to a party, or even maybe referring a friend, that all of those little things really are making an impact on your life. So thinking about note cards or a letter, or what I also say is that so many of us focus on doing a Happy New Year or a Happy Holiday card later in the year, December to the end of December, January, but everyone is doing that. So why not get a jump on it and instead do a gratitude card that you send out to everybody in lieu of the holiday card that you might do in December, January. So just a couple of things to think about. I know it's November 12th, so if you are going to be doing it, now is the time to kind of jump on it. But you don't want to look back December 15th and say, shoot, I wish I would have done this, right?
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
We see cards sitting on people's desks for the next 3 months at the
gosh.
beginning of
Yeah.
the year that they didn't send out at the end of the
Yeah.
year previously. One note on that came to mind while you were talking about, sharing gratitude and thanks for everything that your clients and your base has done for you. Make sure it's not a humble brag. So sometimes we see where agents pair promoting themselves with gratitude, and it takes away from the authenticity, right? Where they say, I sold 50 million this year. Thank you to everybody. Well, you're really saying you sold 50 million this year. You're promoting yourself versus making people feel great.
Yeah.
So be cautious with that. Number two, I think one of the ways you could do this is with client appreciation parties, holiday gatherings, happy hours. It doesn't need to be complicated. You don't need to do an 8-course meal or anything super substantial. You could just host a happy hour and have people pop in. And remember, during this time too, people have a lot of events to go to, whether it's family or friends or whatever it might be. So maybe hold it at off hours. Maybe do a breakfast or a brunch or something that is different where you won't have a lot of conflicts.
Yeah.
But to your point too, when you talked about being different and sending a card early and not doing it when everyone else does, these events, you could make them different in any number of ways as well. So think through how you can differentiate yourself, and then also create content for your social.
Yeah.
So
At
use
these
times,
parties or at these events.
Right.
Yeah.
Make it buzzworthy. Do something special that clients will want to share, that they're going to your event. They'll want to share with the people they know, whether it's on social or by word of mouth.
Yeah, well, I have an agent that I'm good friends with, and I actually just got my invitation yesterday by text, and she is doing another client appreciation party in November, and people can come by, but they can take their holiday photos. So she's got a photographer there, so it's light bites, food and drink, and then being able to get a great handful of snapshots at her expense with the photographer coming in. So it's a great opportunity for us who are so busy. I know myself, I'm always trying to do a holiday card and trying to figure out what photos I'm going to use. Right. This is a great way that this agent is creating a nice opportunity while also saying thank you to clients. So
I love that.
Getting creative. And again, what would be valuable to your sphere at this time, right? Yeah. What can you do to make things a little easier for them, right?
Yeah.
And then
I too spend hours debating what photo I'm going to use for my holiday card.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. Hours.
Well, you could just jump into ours if you want.
Thank you for the invite.
Year.
I'll be there.
Yeah, we'll save a
awesome.
spot. The spot reserved for Kevin.
Appreciate it. I'd also, last week you shared about your commune that your family's going to have in a 3-flat. I'd like a space there as well.
Yes, totally. You can be with Staley and Finley, the dogs.
Perfect.
They would love to have you.
Amazing.
All right, number 3, the last thing we want to talk about is, a client appreciation party might feel like a lot for some of us, but it doesn't have to be that crazy. But also think about, is there a pop-by that you can do at this time of year? Yeah. I love the Tuesday and Wednesday before Thanksgiving because it's when, kids get home from school, from college, or a lot of times the kids are off if they're local. So parents are home. So people are around and they're not kind of in work mode. They are in festivity, holiday mode. And so why not stop by with a pumpkin pie or, a potted mum, whatever it is that would be great. Maybe some, cool seasonal gift that you just want to drop off. It might be a great opportunity to connect, even if it's just for a few minutes. And the beauty of it is that you can pop by, and if you don't want to spend a lot of time chatting, it's just a little bit of an exchange. And then you can say, look, I know you're busy. I've got, 20 other things to drop off, but I'd love to grab coffee or connect at a later date. I'll reach out to you. So it gives you the opportunity to also plant the seed for a better, closer connection. I know a lot of our agents are also doing things where, as an office, they're all ordering pies from one location. Some of them are doing bundt cakes and, kind of doing it in volume or as a group. So it's easier to organize and easier to execute. So again, we're getting closer to the date of Thanksgiving. You do have an extra week this year, which is super helpful. But maybe just start thinking about it now. What can I do? It's not too late to make some sort of impact as we move into Thanksgiving and holiday season.
Love it. Keep it simple. Make your plan now. Do it. Get it done. And those connections they'll result in people being attracted to you.
Yep.
Like we talked about with gratitude. All of the things you do right now are going to drive your business in 2025.
Yep.
Everything you don't do right now is going to have an impact as well.
Yeah. And I want to know if you end up getting a client because you do one of these jazzy, amazing things. Yes. We want to know. So share it with us. Okay.
Jazzy.
Right. Jazz hands. All right. On that note, make it a great Tuesday. We appreciate you taking the time with us this morning. We will see you next week. But until then, remember, you got this.